All right, get ready to dive into something incredible. We're heading off on an adventure today.
Oh, yeah.
We're talking about island hopping through Thailand's Ko Lipe archipelago.
A whole month.
A whole month of island hopping. Imagine it. Turquoise waters.
White sand beaches.
Those white sand beaches. Yeah, the ones you dream about.
Exactly.
Incredible food. And you know what? You get to explore it all.
At your own pace. It's about crafting an experience.
At your own pace, exactly. No rushing, just pure bliss. We're talking secluded beaches like Sunrise Beach.
Oh, Sunrise Beach on Ko Lipe.
On Ko Lipe. Have you heard of the hidden beach on Ko Lipe?
Hidden beach?
Yeah, it's like something out of a movie. Seriously.
It really is. And what's so amazing about the Ko Lipe archipelago is it's that perfect balance between relaxation and adventure.
Okay, I like that.
Whether you're a hardcore hiker
Or just a beach bum like me.
or just want to lounge on the beach with a good book, this archipelago has something for you.
Okay, sold. But first things first, before we get into all the amazing things to do and see, where exactly is this archipelago? What makes it so special that we're dedicating a whole deep dive to it?
The Ko Lipe archipelago, it's nestled in the Andaman Sea.
Okay.
And it's actually part of the Ko Tao National Marine Park.
Oh, wow.
Now, being part of a protected area, it means you're not only getting incredible natural beauty, but there's also a real commitment to ecotourism.
Ecotourism, I like that. So paradise with a conscience.
Exactly.
Okay, I'm picturing these pristine islands now. I'm ready to book a flight.
Yes.
When's the best time to go? When's the weather absolutely perfect?
All right. For that postcard perfect weather you're dreaming of, think sunny skies, calm seas, just the right amount of breeze.
Okay.
Peak season runs from December to April.
December to April, all right. Got it.
But you know, even during shoulder season, you can snag some amazing deals.
See, I like a good deal.
And way fewer crowds.
I do like fewer crowds.
So it really depends on what you're looking for.
That's true. That's true. All right, so we've got these pristine islands protected by a national marine park.
Yes.
But where do we actually start? Where do we begin this island hopping adventure?
Your adventure, it'll most likely begin on Ko Lipe,
Okay.
the heart of the archipelago. And what's great about Ko Lipe is it's small enough to walk almost everywhere.
Oh, I love that.
And there are accommodation options for every budget.
So we're talking
Everything from those charming, budget-friendly bungalows.
Love those.
All the way up to luxurious resorts right on Karma Beach.
Okay, now you're talking.
But even beyond the resorts, each beach on Ko Lipe has its own personality.
Really?
Take Pattaya Beach.
Yeah.
It's bustling. It's got shops and restaurants.
So that's for the people who like to be in the middle of the action.
Exactly. The energy.
Yeah. And then there's Sunrise Beach. I'm already picturing those amazing morning views.
Sunrise Beach is all about tranquility.
Okay.
The perfect place to do some yoga, maybe meditate.
Or just sip your coffee.
Or just sip your coffee, exactly, listening to those gentle waves.
That sounds lovely.
Yeah, very peaceful.
Very peaceful. And if you're anything like me, you're going to be chasing that perfect sunset.
Then Sunset Beach is calling your name.
On there?
It's got that laid-back, almost bohemian atmosphere.
Okay.
Perfect for just kicking back.
Enjoying a cold drink.
Enjoying a cold drink, watching the sun dip below the horizon.
This is all sounding pretty idyllic.
Yeah.
But I'm also the kind of traveler who likes a little bit of action mixed in.
I hear you.
It can't just be all about lounging on the beach, right?
Absolutely not. The snorkeling and diving around Ko Lipe,
Yeah.
they're absolutely world-class.
Oh.
You can explore vibrant coral reefs,
Okay.
teeming with life, swim alongside colorful fish.
Amazing.
You might even encounter a sea turtle.
Ooh, I've even heard whispers about shipwrecks.
That's right. There are a few shipwrecks around the archipelago.
Yeah.
That make for some fascinating dive sites. For those experienced divers, exploring those underwater relics is a must.
Okay, that sounds amazing. So, beaches covered, diving, snorkeling.
Yeah.
But what about after the sun goes down? I hear Ko Lipe has a pretty lively night market.
Oh, the Ko Lipe Walking Street Night Market.
Tell me more.
It's an experience you don't want to miss.
Okay.
A feast for the senses, delicious food, unique souvenirs, and the energy of locals coming together.
It's about the vibe.
It really is about the vibe.
Okay, you've convinced me. Ko Lipe is at the top of my list.
Yes.
But we were talking about island hopping, right? So what other islands are we adding to this itinerary?
Just a short ferry right away is Ko Tao.
Okay.
It's the largest island in the Ko Tao National Marine Park.
The largest.
It's a world away from the more developed Ko Lipe.
So this is for the adventurers.
Absolutely. This is for those who want to get off the beaten path.
Okay.
Think dense jungles, hidden waterfalls, pristine beaches where you might be the only person in sight.
Wow. And what about the wildlife?
Ko Tao is teeming with wildlife.
Really?
Monkeys swinging through the trees, monitor lizards basking in the sun. You might even catch a glimpse of a hornbill soaring overhead.
Oh, that sounds incredible. All right, Ko Tao is going on the list.
It's going on the list.
Now, for those listeners who crave even more seclusion, what's our next stop?
Ko Lipe is calling.
Ko Lipe, okay.
Imagine untouched beauty, pristine beaches that stretch as far as the eye can see.
Wow. And you mentioned earlier Hidden Beach.
Hidden Beach. It's a gem. It really is.
I'm picturing myself disconnecting from the world, reconnecting with nature.
That's exactly the vibe on Ko Lipe.
I know.
It's a place to slow down, breathe deeply, and just be present in the moment.
I love that.
Trading Wi-Fi for waterfalls?
That's a good trade.
It's a worthy exchange, trust me.
I believe you. All right, so we're island hopping between Ko Lipe, Ko Tao, and Ko Lipe.
Yes.
This is sounding like the perfect getaway. Island time is a real thing, right?
It is.
Should we be worried about strict schedules, rushing from one place to the next?
That's the beauty of the Ko Lipe archipelago.
What is it?
You don't have to rush.
Good.
Ferries are the main mode of transport between the islands.
Okay.
And while they do run on a fairly regular schedule, you're really encouraged to embrace that slower pace of island life.
So it's about the journey
It is.
as much as the destination.
Exactly. Don't stress about making every ferry. Don't pack too much into one day.
Okay.
Relax. Enjoy the ride. Soak it all in. That's what island time is all about.
Love it. We're back and ready to keep exploring the Ko Lipe archipelago.
That's right.
We've been talking about these amazing islands, the beaches, the vibes.
Right.
But I know our listeners are ready for some practical advice, how to actually plan this trip.
You got it. Even paradise needs a little planning.
Right.
So let's break down how to get to the Ko Lipe archipelago and how to get around once you're there.
Perfect, because I'm already dreaming of those turquoise waters.
I know, right?
How do we get there?
Yeah. Most international travelers will probably fly into Suvarnabhumi Airport in Bangkok.
Okay.
That's Thailand's main international hub.
Bangkok makes sense.
And from there,
Yeah.
getting to Ko Lipe usually involves a combination of flights and ferries.
Okay, so we fly into Bangkok, then what?
From Bangkok, you'll want to catch a domestic flight to either Hat Yai or Trang Airport.
Okay, and
Those airports are much closer to the coast,
Gotcha.
which makes the ferry journey to the islands a bit shorter.
I bet those ferry rides are pretty scenic, though.
Oh, they're amazing.
Yeah.
The ferry ride from Hat Yai or Trang to Pakbara Pier.
Which is?
Pakbara Pier is the main departure point for Ko Lipe.
Okay.
It's a journey in itself. You're cruising through the Andaman Sea, passing by limestone cliffs, these lush islands.
Wow.
It's the perfect way to start getting into that island mindset.
All right, so Bangkok, domestic flight to either Hat Yai or Trang, ferry to Pakbara Pier.
Yep.
Are we on Ko Lipe yet?
Almost.
Yep.
Pakbara Pier is like the gateway to the archipelago.
Yeah.
From there, you'll hop on another ferry to Ko Lipe. It's about an hour and a half.
Okay.
And those views, as you approach Ko Lipe,
Yeah.
breathtaking.
Okay, it sounds like it's all part of the experience.
It is.
But what if we're short on time?
Right.
We want to get to those beaches ASAP.
I hear you. You can always opt for a speedboat
Oh, speedboat.
instead of a ferry, especially for that final leg from Pakbara Pier to Ko Lipe.
Gotcha.
Speedboats are definitely faster,
Okay.
but they do tend to be a bit pricier.
Trade-offs.
Exactly.
Okay, so we've made it to Ko Lipe.
We're there.
How do we get around the island?
Ko Lipe is so easy to navigate.
Okay, good.
Remember, we said it's small enough to be walkable.
I do, yeah.
You can stroll from one end of the island to the other,
Yep.
taking in the beach views along the way.
I love exploring on foot.
Me too.
But what if we want to venture a little further? Any other options?
Definitely. Ko Lipe has motorbike taxis.
Oh, fun.
They're fun and affordable. And of course, you've got the iconic tuk-tuks.
It took two.
Those colorful, three-wheeled vehicles.
I do it.
You have to.
Even if it's just for a short ride.
For the experience.
Exactly. And for those feeling really energetic, what about bicycles?
You can rent bicycles on Ko Lipe.
Okay.
It's a great way to explore at your own pace, maybe discover some hidden coves.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah.
All right, we've got transportation for Ko Lipe figured out,
Yeah.
but we're island hopping, remember? How do we get to Ko Tao and Ko Lipe?
Ferries are the lifelines of the archipelago.
Yeah.
They connect all the main islands.
All right, so we just hop on a ferry.
Pretty much.
Okay.
You'll find regular ferry services from Ko Lipe to those islands, usually a couple times a day.
Sounds simple enough.
It is.
Anything we should be aware of with the ferry schedules, though?
Always a good idea to check the latest timetables.
Right.
They can vary depending on the season, even the weather.
Okay.
Sometimes, especially during the off-season, ferries might be less frequent.
Makes sense.
Or they might not even run if the seas are rough.
All right, so flexibility is key.
It really is.
Especially when we're embracing that island time.
Exactly. Don't plan your itinerary down to the minute.
Okay, good advice.
Leave some room for spontaneity.
I like that.
Yeah.
Speaking of spontaneity, I'm curious about the cost of all this.
Yeah.
We talked about accommodations, budget-friendly to luxurious.
Right.
But what about the overall cost for a month of island hopping?
All right, let's talk budget. Accommodations can range from around $20 a night for those cozy bungalows to well over $100 a night for those luxury resorts.
Food. I imagine there are options for every budget.
Absolutely. One of the best things about Thailand, the food's not only delicious, it's incredibly affordable.
I've heard great things.
You can have a fantastic meal from a street vendor for under $10.
Really?
And even if you decide to splurge on a restaurant, the prices are generally lower.
Okay, that's good to know.
Yeah.
So we've got accommodation, food. What about activities?
Activities, yeah, those can definitely impact your budget.
Right.
A diving course, for example, could cost you anywhere from around $50 to $100 per day.
Okay.
Snorkeling is much more budget-friendly. You can rent gear for like $5 or $10 a day.
Right.
And of course, swimming, sunbathing, exploring the beaches, hiking, those are all free.
Free activities, gotta love that.
Always a bonus.
So for a daily budget, what would you say is a reasonable amount to plan for?
Well, it really depends on your travel style.
Right.
But I'd say you could comfortably get by on $50 to $75 per day.
Okay.
That includes accommodation, food, some activities.
All right. And if you're on a tighter budget, you could probably travel for even less.
Absolutely, especially if you choose budget-friendly guest houses and embrace the street food.
Which I plan to do.
Yes.
Okay, so flights, ferries, budget in mind. Any other essential tips before we embark on this Ko Lipe adventure?
Let's talk packing. It's hot and humid.
Good.
So pack light, breathable clothing, natural fabrics like cotton or linen, and don't forget the essentials. Sunscreen, insect repellent, a hat, sunglasses.
And a waterproof bag for all those boat trips.
Absolutely.
Okay, anything else?
Another practical tip, exchange some currency into Thai baht before you arrive.
Okay.
Especially if you're heading straight to the islands.
Right.
While credit cards are becoming more widely accepted, smaller shops and vendors often prefer cash.
I've heard that ATMs on the islands can be unreliable.
That's true, they can be.
Or have high fees.
Yes. So it's always good to have some cash on hand, just in case.
Just in case. Good advice.
And speaking of being prepared, learning a few basic Thai phrases can go a long way.
I like that.
Even just, hello, thank you, excuse me.
Right.
It shows respect and makes your interactions so much more enjoyable.
It's those little gestures that really enhance the travel experience.
They do.
Now, we talked about responsible tourism earlier.
Right.
And I think it's important to emphasize again,
Yeah.
the Ko Lipe archipelago is pristine.
It is.
And we need to treat it with respect.
Absolutely. Responsible tourism is all about minimizing our impact on the environment, respecting the local culture.
Wherever we travel.
Exactly.
So what does responsible tourism look like in the Ko Lipe archipelago?
It means being mindful of our plastic usage.
Okay.
Bring a reusable water bottle, a reusable shopping bag to reduce your footprint.
Good tips.
When you're choosing tour operators, look for ones with eco-friendly practices.
Okay.
And be respectful of the marine environment.
Right.
Avoid touching coral reefs when you're snorkeling or diving.
I know there's been a lot of talk about sunscreen and its impact on coral reefs.
Yeah, that's right. Some sunscreens contain chemicals that are harmful to coral reefs.
Okay.
So opt for reef-safe sunscreens, mineral-based ingredients like zinc oxide or titanium dioxide.
Got it. So it's about enjoying this paradise responsibly.
Is.
So that future generations can experience it too.
Exactly.
All right, we've covered a lot of ground here.
We have.
Transportation, budgeting tips, responsible tourism. But it's time to get to the heart of what makes the Ko Lipe archipelago so special.
I agree.
The experiences.
Yes. Those picture-perfect beaches, that incredible underwater world.
It's time to dive into all the amazing things you can see and do.
You got it.
Get ready to fill those itineraries because we're about to reveal the best beaches, the most exciting activities, and the hidden gems.
Oh, yeah. We're sharing all the secrets.
That will make your Ko Lipe adventure unforgettable. Stay tuned. Welcome back to our Ko Lipe Deep Dive, We've tackled the logistics.
Yeah.
How to get there, how to budget.
Yeah,
Now it's time for the fun stuff.
I agree.
The experiences that make this archipelago so special.
We've been teasing those beaches and hinting at all the things you can do.
Oh, it's time to deliver.
Time to deliver. You might want to take notes.
My pen is ready. Let's start with the beaches.
Okay.
We've mentioned Sunrise Beach on Ko Lipe,
Beautiful beach.
but for those who are looking for something a bit more off the beaten path,
I like it.
where should they go?
Well, Ko Lipe has more to offer than just Sunrise Beach. For a truly secluded experience,
Yeah.
head to Chao Beach.
Chole Beach, where is that?
It's tucked away on the east side of the island.
Okay.
It's often overlooked.
So you might have it all to yourself.
Exactly.
A private beach? That sounds like paradise.
It really is.
And what about those secret spots on the other islands? You mentioned Hidden Beach earlier.
Hidden beach on Ko Lipe.
Yeah.
Now this one,
Yeah.
it's a bit of a challenge to find.
Oh, I like a challenge.
But that's part of the allure, isn't it?
I think so.
It's like a reward for venturing off the beaten path.
Okay, I like that.
You can either hike there through the jungle,
Adventure.
which is an adventure in itself,
Sorry.
or hire a long-tail boat to take you through.
I'm sold. All right, let's move on to the underwater adventures.
Okay.
We've talked about the diving and snorkeling around Ko Lipe.
Yes.
What can we expect to see down there?
The diving and snorkeling in the Ko Lipe archipelago are truly world-class.
World class, okay.
You'll be swimming through these vibrant coral gardens,
Wow.
teeming with colorful fish, tiny clownfish,
Jeez.
darting in and out of anemones,
Amazing.
graceful angelfish colliding through the coral.
And for the lucky ones.
For the lucky ones, you might even spot a sea turtle,
Oh, wow.
or a ray gracefully flapping its wings along the sandy bottom.
So much to see.
The diversity of marine life is incredible.
Now, for those seeking a bit more of a challenge,
Yes.
I hear there are some pretty fascinating dive sites,
There are.
including shipwrecks.
Yes. One of the most popular dive sites is the Yuan wreck.
Okay.
It's a Chinese cargo ship that sank just off Ko Lipe.
Wow.
It's a bit eerie,
Yeah.
but incredibly beautiful.
Okay.
It's now a thriving artificial reef,
Wow.
covered in coral and home to all sorts of marine life.
Exploring a shipwreck underwater?
Yeah,
That's bucket list material right there.
it is.
But for those of us who prefer to stay above water,
Right.
what other activities would you recommend?
Well, kayaking is a fantastic way to explore the coastline,
Okay.
especially the mangrove forests.
Oh, the mangroves.
Incredibly peaceful to paddle through those calm waters.
Sounds relaxing.
You can spot birds, maybe even some monkeys in the trees along the shore.
I like it.
And you might just find your own little secluded cove to relax in.
And I bet the sunsets from a kayak are amazing.
Breathtaking.
Okay, that goes on the list.
It does.
You can also try stand-up paddleboarding.
Yes.
That's fun. A little test of balance.
Good workout, too.
So we've got beaches, diving, snorkeling, kayaking, but it's not all about the water, right?
No, it's not.
What about the culture? Can we connect with the locals and experience their way of life?
Absolutely. One of the best ways to immerse yourself in the local culture is to visit the Chao village on Ko Lipe.
The Chole village.
Yeah, the Chao are an indigenous people.
Okay.
They have a rich history and culture that's very connected to the sea.
What kind of experience can we expect there?
You can learn about their traditional way of life, their fishing techniques, their boat building skills.
Wow.
You can sample their delicious food.
I'm always up for trying new food.
It's often based on fresh seafood and local ingredients.
That sounds amazing.
And you can even buy some beautiful handcrafted souvenirs.
Okay, so a truly authentic experience.
It is.
Now, after a day of all that exploring,
Right.
you might be ready for a bit of fun. What's the nightlife like in the Ko Lipe archipelago?
Ko Lipe definitely comes alive at night,
Does it?
especially along Pattaya Beach.
Okay.
You'll find bars and restaurants with live music,
Fun.
fire shows, a really vibrant atmosphere.
And for those who are seeking something a bit more low-key.
There are plenty of quieter bars and restaurants
Okay.
where you can enjoy a cocktail,
Watching the sunset?
watching the sunset, or just listening to the waves.
So Ko Lipe has something for everyone.
It really does.
This is just a taste of what the archipelago has to offer.
Just a glimpse.
There are so many hidden gems to discover.
So many experiences.
It's not just about the beaches and the water.
Right.
It's about that sense of discovery,
Yeah.
that feeling of being transported to another world.
You've summed it up perfectly.
Well, I think it's safe to say
I think so.
we've convinced our listeners
We have.
that the Ko Lipe archipelago is a must-visit.
Definitely.
So as we wrap up our deep dive,
Yes.
what one piece of advice would you give to someone planning their first island hopping adventure here?
Embrace the unexpected.
What do you mean by that?
Island hopping is about going with the flow,
Okay.
being open to new experiences, savoring those unexpected moments.
So give me an example.
You might miss a ferry, get caught in a sudden downpour, or stumble upon a hidden beach you never even knew existed.
Those are the best moments sometimes.
They really are. It's those detours from the plan that create the most lasting memories.
So ditch the rigid itinerary.
Yes,
Pack a sense of adventure.
exactly.
And let the magic of the Ko Lipe archipelago unfold.
You won't regret it.
And on that note, we'll leave you to start planning your own Ko Lipe adventure.
Have fun.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.
Thank you.
And until next time, happy travels.